Hello and welcome to the Comic Conspiracy, episode 279 for the week of September 27th, 2016. My name is Ryan Higgins. I'm watching the Red Sox and Yankees game on my phone. Yeah. Who else is here with me this week?
Brock Sager.
Toby.
And Charlie.
What's happening, boys?
Boys?
Boys.
Ugh.
Men.
Thanks.
Boys to men.
At one point, I think
ABC,
we were.
BBD. What?
I think at one point we were.
Boys to men. Toby, you strike me as a big Boys to Men fan. Seems like your era.
You know, when I first moved here, they were like the biggest thing, and I didn't know why. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
No
it was-
Roxette, huh?
It's not a Roxette, no. Roxette's the best. Queen is the best.
Yeah.
I won't disagree with that. All right.
And after that, it'll go all into hip-hop.
We got a bunch of random crap to talk about this week. This is going to be more of a kind of a TV movie conspiracy.
Not
'cause
allowed anymore, dude.
It's all TV stuff.
It's not allowed anymore.
If
we
you-
took that away from you.
That's okay. If you think we talk about TV and movies a lot here,
Yeah.
then
For as little as $1 a month, you can support our Patreon at patreon.com/comicconspiracy, and you can listen to the brand new Patreon exclusive podcast that's going to go up every month or every couple weeks or something. It's kind of in a test
Month
phase.
for now.
Yeah.
Month for now.
We're
And then
seeing
we'll
what
see
these
how
guys
it
are
goes.
doing.
Yeah.
Toby and Charlie are recording The Roundup, a new half an hour to hour long, depending on, as you know.
if we can ever find the stop button.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more a problem with that we don't know how to stop talking about stuff we like, so...
They're covering general movie and TV news.
Yeah.
A little more on the nerdy.
Whatever we like.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever
But
we like.
But you guys watch it. It's not all superhero stuff.
Which branches out just to about everything.
Right, that's what I mean. It's not just all
Cover like
superhero
90% of the TV landscape out there,
stuff. Exactly.
pretty
So,
much.
I pretty much am fine with everything but reality television for the most part. So
Yeah.
I can't say this will remain a Patreon exclusive forever, but for now,
Yeah. test
the ground, see where it goes.
Yeah.
So if you join patreon.com/comicconspiracy for as little as $1 a month, you can listen to these episodes before
They turn into full-fledged... I mean, the first one at least turned into it was supposed to be a
you
Bryce
said-
briefly kind of thing, and then it turned into a full-fledged episode.
Yeah, you guys were talking about this being like a 20-minute thing.
Yeah.
Like the Bryce Brieflies we do for the Patreon. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, this
Yeah.
hour and a 10-minute file comes across my email. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah. Well, like I said, don't know... We'll
See, here's the thing. Bryce Brieflies would be an hour and 10 minutes if I didn't stop him.
if you let them.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
So we're smart. We don't record it here. We'll go far away from you where you don't have any control over us.
Exactly. Yeah, go on Patreon and support that and go check those guys out. We added... No one has actually let me know if this works.
Oh, the RSS feed?
Yeah, we added an
Yeah.
RSS feed, so all the audio content that is on our Patreon, if you are a member of the Patreon, you should be able to access that through a regular RSS feed like iTunes to get all of the audio content. So, the Bryce Brieflies, the Roundup. If it works, tell me, because it looks like it works, but yeah.
Nobody says anything.
I actually don't know if it's worked, but we get hits on the stuff, so I'm assuming it's working properly. But I would like some like confirmation that people are actually using it, because I just use iTunes. I don't know if it's on an iTunes store. I don't know how to like import RSS stuff to
I
use
don't
it.
either.
So.
I just hit subscribe.
Yeah, right. But you can't subscribe to this because it's a private RSS feed.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
But yeah, if it's working for people, let us know.
Cool.
All right, let's move on to some random comic news here. Let's start with the...
Did I actually make you stop talking about the movies and TV stuff for real? I was somewhat joking about it.
No, like everything I have for this week is movie or TV related.
Oh, really?
I mean, we have some questions.
I just went from that to comics. I was like, wait, did I achieve what I meant to do?
No, I have no comic news. I seriously have
Yeah.
no comic news. I mean, there's I have some questions about some comic stuff that we'll get
Cool.
to in a little bit. But
Let's do everything.
we'll start with the Mort of the Month, Night Watch.
Night Watch.
Everyone's favorite
Hasselhoff?
Marvel ripoff of Spawn.
Oh. Wasn't he Hasselhoff at once? Didn't Hasselhoff play some superhero?
Nick Fury?
Not Nick Fury. Didn't he do a TV show and it totally failed? Was that not Hasselhoff? Wasn't there some weird like Malibu comic like superhero show?
God, I
That
don't
was
know.
Hasselhoff? Was it not Hasselhoff?
Are you thinking about like Baywatch Nights?
No. There was. Well, that was weird as fuck too because there's some mystical stuff happening.
Wasn't
there,
that like
which was
their
weird?
Wasn't that their X-Files like spin-off?
Yeah, it was weird as hell. It was like it
I
went
never saw
from
it.
boobs to like vampires and stuff. I was like, what the
Boobs,
hell
aliens,
happened?
and vampires.
Yeah.
Where could you go wrong?
That was really weird. But no, wasn't there a show based on a Malibu comic? And wasn't that Nightwatch some dude in a
Night-
blue costume?
Okay, and hey, keep talking. You're gonna make me
What?
look this up now.
It was super cheesy. He had like a weird freaking mask. It was like Malibu Comics. Wasn't that Marvel? Marvel bought Malibu Comics.
They did, yeah,
Wasn't
they
that
did.
Nightwatch? Wasn't there a TV show on him?
God, you know what? Oh, I know what you're saying. Let me
Am I
find
just
it.
remember it totally wrong?
Nightman.
Nightman.
That's what it is.
It
Yeah.
wasn't Hasselhoff.
I don't think it's.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think
Maybe
it's-
that part I made up, but
Johnny Domino is a well-known San Francisco jazz musician. Hey, isn't that Shadow Man?
yeah.
I mean, not San Francisco, but
Almost.
yeah.
they're all the same in some way.
Struck by lightning bolt in a freak cable car accident.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This lasted 2 seasons. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I told you.
44 episodes. I've
When did it come out, though?
Like 1996?
I have no recollection of this.
Like 1996? I've never seen an episode, but Wizard fucking reported on it, so I knew about it.
97 to 99.
There, look at this!
Yeah.
Not bad. For something I've never seen.
You had graduated high school, so you'd moved on. You weren't as at home very much. You were exploring the world.
No, I used to
Oh.
read that Wizard magazine religiously.
They had a Manimal crossover in this.
Look at that! See,
I'm going to have to find this
Wait.
show now. What is going on? This is incredible.
I don't know how good it is because
I'm sure it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Matt McComb? I have no idea. I have no idea who this is, but he's
this
the
is
main
probably
actor.
on the Cape level. Just fair warning.
Oh, I'm sure.
See, for me, I don't remember this one, but I remember on like Saturday watching Superboy followed by like a show called like Super Force or something like that, which was more of a like RoboCop kind of ripoff
Really?
or something. Yeah.
Oh wow!
So I don't know. I mean, he's most known for this role, so obviously this guy hasn't done that much. But he's been in like these, like some. He was the person that killed. He was the agent that killed Trinity in Matrix Reloaded. Spoiler for Matrix Reloaded. Terrible movie. He was in
Wait,
Terminator.
that has Monica Bellucci in it. No movie with Monica Bellucci could be a
The
bad
third
movie.
one is so bad. The third
But
one.
she was in there anyways.
And he was in. I just had it. Where is it? Oh, he was in Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh, and he's apparently a henchman in the new Knight Rider TV show from a couple years ago.
That was bad.
His last thing he was in was R.I.P.D. R.I.P.D. Your career, Matt McComb. Sorry, guy. Anyway, what the hell were we talking about? Nightman? Nightwatch? Dayman? No.
So
Nightwatch.
is Nightman actually a Marvel character or no? Wasn't he a Malibu character?
So, this, again...
Wasn't there some weird like Ultraman going Ultraverse man or something?
Ultraverse. Yeah. So, Prime
Yeah.
was their, like, big Superman guy.
person.
Yeah.
With a gold like He-Man looking armor.
Yeah, the thing with Malibu that I had always heard, again, it's pre-internet, so I'm sure the real reasons people know now, I have no idea. But the reason I always heard was Marvel bought Malibu Comics, not because they thought they were a threat to them, because they had fucked up with Image, right? And Malibu came out and was suddenly started to make a bunch of waves like Valiant and Image were. People believe they bought them because they thought, oh, we can use this company, right? We can buy this company and make these characters our own, and now we can have our next Image or Valiant.
Oh.
That was the rumor. What I had heard, though, after the fact, was the actual reason they bought them was because Malibu was one of the first companies to use computerized coloring.
Oh,
And it was very
I semi-remember
cheap.
this. I semi-remember
And
this.
so
now,
and it,
yeah.
it looked decent,
yeah.
but it was like much cheaper
Yeah.
than hiring colorists, like
Yeah.
traditional colorists.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Marvel bought them to take their coloring tech.
Yeah. I sort of remember that now. Yeah.
So that's...
yeah, and,
And then they just crapped all... I mean,
the
they
characters just went away.
they might still technically own Malibu. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like Disney bought CrossGen.
Yeah.
And bleh,
Yeah, it disappeared.
nothing ever happened after that. They did like that one Abizad book.
Yeah. And
book
they
was-
sold
well,
the rights
the series
to
is awesome.
somebody to reprint like the Sojourn trades and that
Oh, did they?
stuff. Yeah, they did some weird. I'm trying to
Well,
remember.
Marvel put out like a new miniseries. They did like a Ruse miniseries,
they did it was like 3 years ago.
at least 3 years ago, if not
They
longer.
did Ruse and
It was like right when Disney bought
Yeah.
Marvel, and then that was it.
That was it. Yeah,
Route 666 maybe, or I can't remember what the
Yeah.
other
I don't know.
cross-channel
I don't
one.
remember.
But I mean, they
You know,
just,
as much as those books in Duo, I actually kind of liked them.
well, they're very popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a neat idea. It's just different. I like that they were different,
Well,
too.
and I remember those actually made it into Toys R Us and that kind of stuff with the CDs and all that they were doing.
I give them the nod for trying,
Yeah.
but they just expanded
Too fast.
way too far.
Yeah.
And there's this other company now. I can't remember what the hell they're called. They're owned by, I believe, Take-Two Interactive, the video game company,
Oh.
and it's run by the guy that used to be the co-head of Marvel that everyone hated, and I was like, God, I'm blanking on everyone's name right now. Anyway, they've tried so hard to get their product in stores. They're giving out apparently like 10,000 trade paperbacks at New York Comic Con. All this stuff. It's like the worst stuff you've ever seen in your life. But they're just dumping millions and millions.
Talking about the worst stuff we've ever seen in our lives. What happened to that box of comic books that one company sent us that was like the worst comics ever?
That's the company. That's the same company.
Double Take?
Double Take. Thank you. Double Take.
They're still alive?
Yeah, and
oh, wow.
and like they just got these
Dog.
angel investors that are just dumping.
They're spending a lot of
shitloads
money on
into them.
marketing for no good reason.
No,
They
it's
should spend all that money and hire good writers and good artists.
they should. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
No
absolute-
offense to the guys that work on the book, but I'm sorry.
No, it's
Yeah.
I mean, look, if some random guy off the street comes in and says, "This is my comic,"
Yeah, that's
fine,
something.
Fine,
Yeah, that's whatever.
right?
Yeah.
Major international company craps this stuff out. No, it's atrocious. But yeah, they're still out there. Anyway, Nightwatch. Where are we going with this? Nightwatch is this
Well,
crappy Marvel character that appeared in 5 Spider-Man books ever. And I don't know if Bleeding Cool is the one that originally sourced this or whatever, but there is talk that Nightwatch might appear in some form or another in the upcoming Spider-Man movie. And so we have another case of
Maybe they're trying to remake him and his spider friends.
well, they should pick real characters that people care about because at this point, I don't like. Why would they introduce this
Like if
total
Nightwatch
garbage character?
if like Nightwatch popped up in like Luke Cage or Daredevil or
Sure.
Jessica Jones, I think it would be like, oh, random obscure character.
Well, he would pop up and then get they would laugh at him and kill him immediately. That's Toby's giving me the big thumbs up. That's the type of character that they would just kill off because he's a dumb character. So, but if you're a speculator, you need to go find some issues of Web of Spider-Man where he first appeared.
watches the night.
Yeah, I don't know. It's stupid. It's dumb.
I'm trying to remember. There was some big like Spider-Man crossover book with like him and Punisher and all that going on at the time, but I don't remember what that crossover was called.
Was that an Ultimate book?
No, this was way back. So this was back before I was regularly buying
Was this Bagley
all
stuff?
sort. No, this is really old stuff that I'm talking
okay,
about.
okay.
This is the kind of thing where I wasn't buying a lot of books regularly, and somebody went out and bought all the issues of this crossover and like gave it to me for Christmas one year. Yeah.
They didn't really like you. They gave you a Nightwatch crossover.
Yeah. Not wrong.
Maybe
there.
that's exactly what it is. It'll be the first 5 minutes in the movie.
will be that.
Yeah.
Will be him getting killed off immediately or something.
Or something bad happens.
Yeah. Maybe it'll be a shitty made-for-TV movie that they're watching at one point during the movie or something.
well, hopefully he doesn't get captured by Regent or some shit.
Oh God! If Regent ever somehow makes it into a Spider-Man movie, you know we've gone too far. Charlie, this is your happiest news of the year. Amazon officially ordered the Tick TV show, which they had on their pilot season, to series. So we're getting a new Tick show. I know we talked about this briefly.
They're not stupid
Yes.
because the Tick pilot was amazing.
Peter I should really...
people listen to the show just to hear you butcher names.
I should attempt to pronounce these names before we record the podcast. Serafinowsk and Griffith Newman as Arthur. Now, they've tried this. The show, the cartoon was great. The live-action show was good what I saw, but I didn't see a lot of it, but it didn't really catch on. I mean...
Well, it was also very badly timed when it came out and stuff, so it didn't last at all.
Do you think this feels like a bigger chance of success? Or?
I think based on what they set up in the pilot, it has a bigger chance of success as long as they... It's like everything else. If they just threw something together and put it out there and don't really have a plan for it, it will probably fail.
Yeah.
If they had a larger narrative planned ahead of time, it will probably do really well.
Yeah.
I really liked the pilot and what it offered. So
yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't seen the pilot yet, but now that it's been picked up, I guess I will.
Put it on your Amazon list of stuff to watch.
Yeah, well, it's I think it's sometime 2017, so sometime next year. We don't know when yet. So, Toby, this is your big news. Amazon has a new show called I Love Dick, starring Kevin Bacon. So
not Nightwing.
I know you've been. Oh, maybe that's also been picked up as well. So they picked up Dick. So
okay,
there you go.
All right,
let's keep going here.
Is that tied into Wild Things at all, or
Wild Things? The movie?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Okay, just checking.
I just saw a TV show that said I Love Dick, and I was like, oh, Toby, Nightwing joke. We got
good
some more.
Good one, Ryan.
I know.
I haven't heard that one before.
I know. We got some more rumors of some upcoming TV movie stuff here. We have the director of The Flash, the movie coming up, Rick Famuyiwa. I am the worst at pronouncing last names.
My bad joke here, and I'm sorry to Charlie, is this the infinite long box right now?
Famuyiwa. There we go.
You just need to get Google.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible with it. Yeah.
Just put the name in.
Just make Google butcher it for him.
Exactly. He posted a picture online of the current draft of the Flash movie, and there's a little Flash Funko Pop sitting next to it. In the background, there's another little Funko Pop sitting there, and it appears to be the Cyborg pop figure that came out a little while ago. So people are speculating, of course, that maybe Flash will, maybe we'll get Cyborg a little earlier than anticipated, and he'll actually instead of being in the solo movie, I mean, he's going to be Justice League, obviously.
There's a connection to Star Labs there, so I mean, it's kind of
if they have them,
it's a
Star Labs Titans.
Well,
no, but
in the movies, if they connect Flash to Star Labs somehow, I mean, I don't know if they will, but
yeah.
At least
likely.
Oh, with Flash and it's Barry.
Yeah, but then fucked that up all
yeah, it's Barry, not Wally. But I mean, who knows? But I think Cyborg is a cool character. We'll see if they actually get to his movie. I know Marvel and DC have a lot of movies that are quite a ways out, and who knows what will happen between now and then. But the Flash movie's happening, so I think it's likely we'll see Cyborg post Justice League sooner than we thought.
Why is the computer dinging?
Yeah, I don't know. It's telling me about some spyware protection or garbage. And speaking of characters that we didn't know were going to be in stuff, but maybe now we're getting some more teases online. Stephen Amell pictured online on Twitter a nice picture of him in the park, sitting next to Deathstroke on a bench. Isn't that special? Deathstroke, who we haven't seen except for that one really shitty episode where they went back to the island.
Episode.
Where they go back to the island?
Yeah, I love that episode.
It's just like, why is it like you spend an entire season on him, and then you go back and dick around with him for one episode.
I like that episode.
That
was a good brother sister episode.
Didn't he escape that episode?
That was a good brother sister moment episode.
Where he ends up at the end of that episode.
I thought they just put him back.
Yeah, I thought they put him back.
That's all they did.
I thought he escaped, though. Like, later on they showed him, it's like he got out or something.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
None of us know because Flashpoint's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, they're all going to be separate universes, right? Arrow is going to be in its original universe still. Flash is going to be in Flashpoint. Supergirl is going to be still in her universe.
Flashpoint is affecting the Arrow universe. They've already confirmed that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, according to this article on Comic Book Resources, the 100th episode of Arrow, which is what they're filming now, and that's the tease, this Deathstroke thing that he's maybe involved in the 100th episode, is also going to be part of the crossover in December with Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow.
Infinite Crisis.
So
they're going to be one universe after.
Oh yeah, totally. They're kicking out all the stops to bring back all the big characters. And I mean, what's the guy's name? Manu Bennett, the guy that played Deathstroke. He was, I mean, hands down the best part of the show. So during that season, I mean, he was such a good villain. Yeah. So if they
he's willing to go over to Magic Mike to take the reins for the other guy. If the other guy is going to play Deathstroke, he's willing to cross over to do those chores for him.
In Magic Mike?
Yeah.
Like seriously? Or?
Oh, he made that joke.
Oh, did he really?
No,
that he would.
No, like since what's his name? Joe.
Yeah.
Joe is playing Deathstroke. That he'll cross over and do Magic Mike for him.
That's great. That's great. Maybe we'll get multiple movie versions and TV versions and stuff in this Flashpoint. So that's all they need to do, right? And I fully expect we're going to see John Wesley Shipp as Flash, like OG Flash.
That'd be sweet.
As Barry.
That would be amazing.
Pretty fucking jaw-dropping.
And with Linda Carter...
I mean, they've already established the fact that he exists out there in the multiverse, so yeah.
Well, with Linda Carter also appearing on Supergirl, bring her back as Wonder Woman for an episode. Ooh. They could have her play. They could even have her just be Hippolyta. Yeah. See, I can't pronounce real people's names, but I can pronounce.
See, Hippolyta. I didn't even attempt to. I just shortened it.
The Hip Lady.
The Hip Lady. All right. That's it for. There's like not a lot of like news stuff this week, but we got a bunch of questions here. We'll get through some of this stuff. We are actually going to be doing, do we want to say 2 weeks? Next week's probably too soon. 2 weeks? Let's set it for 2 weeks. We do have to finish our Rebirth review, so we'll probably have one big blowout to cover the big... I mean, we're going to talk about all of them, but we're going to talk very briefly about a few of them. We'll go through and do all the August and September shipping Rebirth books, and we'll kind of final one big, probably quite long episode. We'll give you our thoughts, and especially now that these books have been running for a while, kind of a wrap up.
I mean, we've gotten first story arcs are over, and
we're
heading into the break issue or the 2-part break issues, and then
coming into October as well. If waiting to pick up some Rebirth titles, the returnability. So if you haven't been following, DC Comics made all the Rebirth titles, the 12 or 13 issues each month, returnable for the first 3 months. So that's 3 to 6 issues, depending on how fast the issues shipped. So we've already done returns for the first month, which every store sold out of everything, so there wasn't a lot of returns. But starting in October, the books that shipped in July are now returned. So issues 2 and 3 of Batman and Superman, issues Rebirth and 1 for things like like Harley and Justice League and a few other titles. No, Harley was August.
Wasn't Hal Jordan?
It was Justice League and maybe Hal. Yeah, sounds right.
I'm assuming the returnability is only on first printing.
Yes, only on first printing. So not that October 1st we're going to strip every cover we have on the shelf and return everything. Some stores might, but by mid-October we will have not as many copies of Rebirth on the shelf, and I would assume most stores will do this as well. So if you've been holding off on some Rebirth books, you might want to, especially that second month of the books that shipped in July, you might want to go down to your local comic shop within the next week or two to make sure you get those, because there will likely be fewer than there are right now on the shelf. So that's it. That's all I got.
Or you can call us and see if we have it. We can ship it to you.
You absolutely can. If you're in the area, too, and actually I should promote this now instead of the very end. On Friday through Sunday, October 7th, 8th, and 9th, we're going to have a sale here at the store, our annual October sale. Normal business hours. So and come down.
If you want to see me, come Saturday. If you want to see Charlie, come Sunday.
Get some cheap books. We got a bunch of 50-cent comics outside. And that would be all those Rebirth issues I just talked about will be on the wall, and they'll be 25% off. So we do a lot of $1 issues, a bunch of cheap stuff. So no mail order on that. You got to be here. But for people that are in the area, or if you're going to come by for a vacation or something, there we go. All right, we got
next question.
We got a handful of questions. Let's actually get to a question.
Oh, okay.
This is from Robert on Twitter. He says, I'm about to start a monthly book club. Monthly comic book club, I should say. Any helpful tips?
Don't listen to us because we totally failed at it.
Oh, I was like, you know what? It was so funny. I was about to say, I have no idea. I've never done a book club. We did do a book club here. No, I mean, it was fine.
We did monthly for about 2 months. Then we went about month and a couple of weeks.
It was when Omar was here. We did it fairly consistently.
No, we did monthly for a long time. The problem that happened was it got to the point where you, Bryce, Omar was gone. You, Bryce, and Charlie. I think you had just started your job, so I can't remember the specifics. But there was not a consistent crew, so it would be like, well, we don't know who's going to be there week to week, so it became difficult to organize when we were going to talk about stuff and actually have extra copies of the book for us all to read.
Hints: make sure 1, it's in print and easy to get. 2, or available digitally.
Digital fixes that, yeah.
But other than that, I mean, if it's just you read it and you meet up and have some beers and whatever and talk about the book. Yeah,
I would think pick a single volume or very intriguing volume 1s. Mm-hmm. It could be difficult because there's so many different books that have been rebooted or whatever. I think just
standalone story arcs, stuff like that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of them. Yeah. You shouldn't have too much of a hard time with that.
And jump around publishers a bit always helps too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. There's a lot of good indie stuff out there that I think we here certainly don't talk about enough. I've actually been finally, my Marvel and DC reading is pretty much up to date on the vast majority of the titles. So I've finally been digging into some of the indie books that I've been slacking on. So I'm catching up with some indie books that I've just moved a lot of that stuff over to trade reading because I'm not current on any of it. So easy to get caught up that way. Let's see. Where am I? I had a couple questions. Talking about that TV conspiracy. Where is it? Here we go. This is from Cisco. He says, what's the crew think of Supergirl Season 2 promos?
Looks fucking amazing.
Wasn't sold on Hoechlin. That's the guy playing Superman. But those clips have me hyped as hell.
Yep. I agreed. Agreed.
I thought the guy looked fine. I thought he was just a guy.
He feels like Christopher Reeve Superman.
But that clip of him and Supergirl saving the plane, the spacecraft crashing, awesome. And I think the bigger thing with this, it's not like I'm Superman, I overshadow everything. She's saving the ship, and he comes up and he's like, can I help? And she's like, yeah, you go do this. Okay. It's not like he's like, I'm Superman, out of my way. Like it takes over the screen. It really feels like they're going to play him up as a supporting character for her. I mean, it's hard to not have Superman dominate the screen around every character.
No, I think it's going to be awesome. Like, just take a look at Young Justice. They had all the big characters in there, but they're all supporting it. Like Batman, Aquaman. Yeah. They were all in there, but they were all supporting characters, and I think it could work really, really well.
Well, in Young Justice, they set the main heroes up as almost not villains, but adversarial to the team.
Sometimes,
a lot of the time.
Sometimes.
No, what stood out to me on the clip that they put out is how traditional the Superman relationship to Perry was and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Like, it felt more like the Superman directly out of comic books and that kind of stuff.
Like the classic Superman.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
I really like just right off the page.
So I don't know Tyler as the personal Tyler. Is he a old school nerd? I heard some rumblings around the internet that Tyler, the guy who's playing Superman,
really?
that he's like an old school like guy that used to go to Comic-Con and stuff. I don't know how true this is, but I heard like there's some people are really happy that he got his part because he's just like really for him too. So it's kind of cool. If it's true, I don't know.
He's pretty young. I don't think he's. Yeah. He's a pretty young guy. But yeah. I have no idea.
And when I say old school, as in before he is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's the internet. Who knows what's real?
Yeah. Oh, I'm very, very.
Reality. No.
I'm very excited for Supergirl. I've had a few people that I've talked to in the last couple of weeks. Now that it's moving over to CW, they've been like, "Oh yeah, I watch Arrow and Flash, but Supergirl didn't look interesting or didn't look good." But now that it's coming over, I think, should I catch up? And I mean, I've told every single one, absolutely.
Yeah.
The first episode or two, it takes a couple to kind of get going, but. I think by the end, that show was...
I've only seen the pilot, and I enjoyed the pilot.
Yeah,
but... I haven't had time to catch up with it.
By the end, it's as good as Flash and as good as Arrow's ever been. It's a very, very solid show.
And it's on Netflix now, which multiple people I've mentioned that to are right on board when they know it's easily available.
Well, I got to finish Longmire first.
Have they said, is that switching over as part of CW, the first season, to the CW streaming? Because they're going to have...
I don't know if the first season is, but...
Well, it's streaming on CW right now anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
At least some of the episodes, because I've been replaying the first season over the summer.
Right.
And then the episodes have been available on the CW TV.com or whatever.
Because is that the app that's going to have all the CW stuff streaming?
It's called the CW app, and I don't think it's launched yet because I've been checking every now and then.
Right, it's different
from the original CW app.
Right, it's going to launch, I think, with the shows in October.
I think so. Yeah.
For all their new stuff.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited for it.
If they already have it streaming on their current app, I wouldn't think it would be any problem to get it streaming on their new app.
Doesn't that stuff start next week?
No, it's October. Like a couple weeks into October. I'll have to look up the dates on when they start. It's soon, but it's not like in the next. I don't think it's next week. God.
No, it's not next week.
No, it's like 2-3 weeks.
If it's not next week, I'm pretty sure it's the week after.
Yeah. It's a couple weeks out.
We got the mighty Luke Cage this week, though.
We'll get to Luke Cage. I got a question.
I know Walking Dead's the 23rd, a little earlier this year.
October
for Walking Dead Return.
Yeah, because it would be the night before Halloween, because Halloween's Monday this year. So
it's the 23rd. It's earlier.
Right, but what I mean is it would premiere the night before Halloween, so they probably want to push that off Halloween. But real quick with that app, have they said, is it day and date on the streaming like HBO Go, or is it day after?
I actually wouldn't be surprised if it's midnight like Hulu.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, which could mean it's 9 for us.
Is that what Hulu does, or did?
Well, so it was weird. I couldn't figure out which episode. Some episodes I could watch at 9, and some I had to wait till 1. Okay. So I don't know if it was like a
after it airs.
Yeah, maybe it was like an hourly kind of thing. I don't know.
Okay.
But I man, the HBO thing is sweet though. Like day off, I'm like, new episode up. I could pretty much, as long as it aired, you could watch it, right?
Well, so the HBO. The app is fine. The streaming for Game of Thrones at 6 p.m. when it would come up here, it's like, forget about it.
No,
it was a nightmare. So
normal people that actually have stuff to do during the day and go home at 9 have no problem watching at 9.
Right, but Game of Thrones is on Sundays. No, but what I'm saying with Game of Thrones...
So watch it at 9. Don't watch it at 6.
No. I always watch Game of Thrones on the TiVo and through the TV because the broadcast quality is way better than the streaming quality.
Really? I've never had any issues with the
because
streaming
the thing is
that's all I watch it in.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, everybody's trying to stream it that time.
Well, just in general, the streaming quality of HBO Go, it's streaming. It's fine, but it's not as good as the broadcast.
Yeah, it is.
No.
It's picture perfect at my place.
No.
I guarantee you. No. And I'm a stickler for that kind of stuff.
No.
I guarantee you. You come over, I'll show you.
It's Blu-ray, cable, streaming right now, and especially with the HBO Go.
It's pretty damn close, dude. I can't tell the difference.
I can't watch it.
Dude, no way. Dude, you can't tell the difference if you watch it at my place.
I absolutely can.
No, you and me? Me? How picky I am about visuals?
I've watched most episodes of Game of Thrones on streaming because we had the app to watch
picture perfect
for a bunch of them, and
picture perfect, like 95% of the time. The 5% sometimes I get some squares, but that's rare, rare.
I don't know.
I think you probably need to change some of your settings or some shit, dude, because it's picture perfect on my place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plugged in internet or wireless?
Plugged in. Yeah.
Yeah, mine is wireless too, and that's picture perfect.
Wow. Anyway.
Just letting you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not as good as the Blu-ray.
Blu-ray is actually more the sound than anything.
Anyway, let's talk about Luke Cage.
Yeah.
Speaking of TV
That's on
shows.
Friday.
Is that this Friday?
Yeah.
Yep.
It's from Mitchell.
Is that at midnight on
Mitch.
Thursday?
He
Maybe
says,
I'll
are you
take Friday off.
He says, are you excited for Luke Cage on Netflix? I wish I was. I'm honestly a little superheroed out. Do any of you have that feeling?
What?
He's a little superheroed out with the TV
I'm
shows.
sorry for him. I am not well, maybe I'm superheroed out, but I'm not Luke Caged out.
No, I mean I saw a promo for it on some ad promo on Netflix for it coming out.
There's a lot of ads for this one now.
I was like, it looks interesting enough.
Oh my god, it looks fantastic!
Well, I haven't watched Jessica Jones. So.
It looks so good.
Yeah, you'll end up watching it like 4 times before I finish it.
Yeah, pretty much.
'Cause I've watched
Pretty
a couple
much.
episodes here and there, so I'll watch it. It took me a couple weeks to watch Jessica Jones, so.
No, I guess for me is I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure I'll get sucked into it right away. But yes, my initial thought when I saw it was coming out on Friday is like,
No sleep.
all the TV shows are
Yeah.
starting right
No
now.
sleep.
It's so bad.
And Westworld is starting too, right? This weekend?
Westworld is Sunday?
Is it Sunday?
I
I can't wait.
I think it's taking the Game of
Person of
Thrones.
interest team. Person of interest team.
I'm really excited for Westworld. I haven't seen the
Yeah,
original movie in forever.
That trailer looks amazing.
Yeah.
I should go watch the movie again. But what was I going to say?
They got
Yeah,
some
Luke
serious
Cage.
actors in that show.
So there was talk this week that Daredevil may get pushed back all the way to 2018 for the next
For
season.
next season? Why?
Because you have
You got Iron
Defenders,
Fist,
Iron
Defenders,
Fist.
The
and
Punisher.
Jessica is filming back-to-back with Defenders.
Is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So they're going to do maybe a Jessica Jones season 2 before Daredevil?
possible.
If it's tied into it?
And they're also doing the
Well,
Punisher, right?
Punisher's after.
Jessica Jones
Nothing
premiered
official.
before season 2 of Daredevil, so
Yeah.
it would
it's
be
true.
next in the list.
I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot of shows. So, have they, because I haven't looked, have they gone and talked about a lot of the plot of Luke Cage? Short of.
I don't want to know.
Okay, you haven't looked?
I don't
I
want to
haven't
know.
looked either.
Dude,
Yeah, 'cause I don't watch.
There's going to be a bad guy named Cottonmouth, and he has this henchman named Shades, and they're bad dudes, and that's all I want to know.
Yeah. Yeah, because I haven't.
I don't want to know more.
I haven't watched any of the promo stuff.
And
for it,
Luke
so-
Cage gets laid a lot. That's what I got
Well,
from the trailers.
Sure. Yeah, I haven't even watched the trailers, so I have no idea. But I don't. I try to avoid them if I can. At this point, I'm going to watch it, so I don't even care.
Daredevil might be one of my favorite Marvel characters, but I'm beyond excited for this show.
So, Ryan, are you superheroed out?
No, God no. I'm shitty TV showed out. I've cut a number of TV shows in the last, just end of last season into the start of this season. But for the most part, no, I'm not superheroed out. Never. I'll have to sell the store if I'm superheroed out.
You say you hate comics every Tuesday.
That's Tuesday. I like it on Wednesday when I make all my money back. But Tuesday's so much work. All right, a few more questions here. We got one from Cisco. It says, thought on Venom's 1 in 1,000 variant cover.
Really?
No way this sells, right? Yeah, so let me give you a little background on this. It's one of the kind of actual bits of comic news I want to talk about this week, but Cisco asked all these great questions. So I'm just going to read his questions to segue us into the topics. Marvel did a 1 in 1,000 cover for Champions,
Yeah.
which is a Deadpool cover. So you have to order 1,000 copies of the main cover of Champions to get this 1 in 1,000.
You can't even do it with like store exclusives.
No, main cover only. So, well, I shouldn't say that. Maybe they count that as part of the store exclusives, but I don't think so. It's supposed to be main cover only. And so for Venom, they announced that we're going to do a 1 in 1,000 variant cover for Venom. 1 in 1,000 copies. Get out of here, Marvel. So what did they do? The 1 in 1,000 variant cover by Marvel is by Todd McFarlane. Except it's a reprint of the first time Todd McFarlane drew Venom in, I guess it would have been Amazing Spider-Man 300. Like the first panel, or maybe the end of 298, or 299, the first panel that he ever drew Venom in. So it's a shitty old 90s, early 90s ass Todd McFarlane before he's Todd McFarlane Venom. And it's like the stupidest cover in the world. what are they thinking? Like, who's going to buy this?
They're thinking they better not pay an artist to actually do it, so...
Well, Todd McFarlane's comment was like, I mean, that's cool. They can do whatever they want. It's their art, but I'm a much better... Well, he says he's a much better artist now. I don't know. I think he's kind of going up and then back down. But, why not get him to do a new cover?
Well, the thing is 1 in 1,000, how many stores out there are going to order 1,000 copies of the first issue?
One copy's on eBay, so someone's hoping to sell it before FOC, or maybe they'll just take that listing down. Why not, right? If you sell it,
yeah, sure,
I guess I'll order 1,000 copies. And then,
well, as long as you sell it for enough.
Oh, yeah.
Buy it now.
Right, exactly.
But, but how many, 2 stores, they're going to print 2 of these things?
Who knows?
And if there's only 2 in existence?
No, but they can't print 2 of them. I mean, they'll print dozens or hundreds of them and just stick them in a warehouse. I've taken a strong look at Marvel with this last previews that came out, and the numbers are... So I talked about this. If you go back 6 months, maybe a year... Charlie's giving me a look.
So, a long time ago, they used to have like the 1 in 20, 1 in 50, and all that with the New Avengers books.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember after a while, they started letting you order some of those variants after the fact.
They always do that.
Do they still do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all the time. They'll be like, variant sale, here's all the shit we couldn't sell, order it for $2 each, right?
Yeah.
Probably not a 1 in 1,000.
You would hope.
Maybe they will. I don't know. Yeah. But if you go back 6 months or a year, you'll hear me singing the praise of Marvel and their variant covers because they made it so easy to... it used to be really hard.
Yeah, it used to be really hard.
And then they made it like all of a sudden I could get a bunch of them. It wasn't too difficult.
Well, it was about the time the hip-hop covers had come out.
Like, that was a big part of it.
Like, it was easier to get the variant covers. You weren't having to hit these ridiculous percentage amounts.
Yeah, they were...
Like, you... order 150% of some random...
I mean, it was that, but they got much more reasonable. There were a lot of just open order. I can order whatever I want. And in the last 2 months, Marvel's been like, nope, complete course correction, back to our just ridiculous ordering numbers. I do not qualify for any upcoming variants from Marvel based on their regular #1 issues. Now, we get them, right? Because I got my ways, I got my sources. We're still able to get some of these variant covers. But I think I might be done. I might be done jumping through these fucking hoops. It's ridiculous.
Well, that's all you're really doing is jumping through hoops just to get a 1 variant cover that hopefully will sell. And most of the Marvel variants haven't really sold in the past 6 months. I mean,
it's come way... I mean, again, you go back 6 months or a year.
Even the people that were getting a lot of the variants, they're burning out so fast.
If you go back 6 months or a year, you'll hear me singing the praises of Marvel and all their variant covers, and I'm selling it. I bitch about the way they inflate the sale number on the charts because of these super deep discounting and just trying to flood the market. But you won't hear me saying too much about the money I'm making on them because I was selling a ton of them. It's completely gone away. The audience has completely vanished for the Marvel variants. They have, sure, some of them still sell, obviously, but they had this great market, and they just killed it. They killed it with shitty books, and they killed it with shitty variant covers. Burned out, the hip-hop covers were like this shining bright light of sales, and the Scotty Youngs were so hot for a while, and the hip-hops are...
Well, they overdid the Scotty Youngs, and the hip-hops, it's like, okay, but how long... Are you really going to keep... I mean, they're doing it... This is like the 3rd wave?
It's like the 2nd real wave, but they've trickled out a few here and there. But the hip-hops are kind of over, and the Scotty Youngs are done. I mean, I saw a couple, but yeah. It's
and those Marvel Civil War ones with the black and white with the crappy art?
Oh, they've never been able to replicate what they did with those early hip-hop covers, and... all these variant covers now don't sell for shit. So I don't know who's buying them. I don't know who wants them. It's ridiculous.
But how are DC's variants doing?
I'm good. I mean, I don't sell nearly as many as the main covers, but I do sell a handful of them. Yeah.
Even though I do get questions every single Sunday of people getting confused by the multiple covers.
They're not reading enough IDW books.
Let's see. We got a few more here. Let's round up. We got from Talon.
Which is especially confusing for new readers, I find. Old school readers are kind of used to the idea of multiple covers, but anybody somewhat new to comics, when you have 2 different covers for a title, yeah.
I think once you kind of once they learn,
I have cost you one or two sales by going. You do realize these are the same issue,
no, I
right?
do it all the time. Yeah, no, and you should, and they thank you for it, and they'll probably remember it and buy more comics.
Yeah. Well, no, they go back and get issue 3.
Yeah. Well, that's happened too. But yeah, I know. I always tell people about the multiple covers, and I don't care if they're open order and they're decent. I mean, the DC ones are decent. Some of them sell really well. A lot of them have settled down to where I sell a handful. Most people just want the main
Tim Sale ones are really hitting the mark.
Well, people buy them because it's Batman variant, but they don't sell anywhere near where they would if it was a good Batman variant. Yeah. It's from Talon Bray. I always say Talon? I don't know. It's Talon. Maybe I have it written down wrong. He says, if you guys took charge of a DC expanded universe, TV shows, movies, and stuff, would you make DC TV shows part of the movie universe like Marvel? Toby?
I would.
You would?
But I would do it differently. So I would do all the big guns in the movies. Mm-hmm. And all the TV stuff would be my favorite stuff, so I could have lots of it. So it'd be like Titan show, Birds of Prey show, Nightwing show, Flash show, you know, and then save all the other big guns for the movies. But,
See, because I thought about this question. What I would do is this. I would leave it exactly the way it is.
So Marvel is connected and DC is not?
No, with DC, I would leave it exactly the way it is, but I would do one thing.
Make it all part of the same universe, so it's infinite?
Make it a multiverse.
Yeah, that's why,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And be like, look, if you want...
It's all real.
It's all real.
Yeah.
If you want to take the movie Flash, throw them on an episode of The Flash.
I'm pretty certain this is how Jeff Johns is seeing in his head. It's all real.
Well, that would be...
This is the thing is having something like that, you could do an event miniseries. Like you could do an Infinite Crisis miniseries.
Can you imagine?
I really thought Brandon Routh was going to be Superman in Legends for like a split second.
That's exactly where I was going with this. Can you imagine either part of Flashpoint or that big crossover? One of the parts is a multiverse where Brandon Routh is Superman.
Yeah.
Right?
Because when they showed that statue, his face, in that promo one day, I was like, fuck, it's Superman, Brandon Routh, Superman, but it wasn't.
Or Ben Affleck rolls up onto the set of Flash for like a 5-second scene, right?
Yeah.
Just as Batman. And I mean, they could have filmed it in a second when they're filming Justice League like they did for the Suicide Squad. I mean, obviously that's a more involved scene, the Suicide Squad with Flash. But just a no frills...
Yeah.
Here we are, right?
Yeah. Like, it will work really well.
Yeah.
See, for me, and this is just... I don't like the way that when you sort of set up some of this stuff in a movie, you can't really do the... Like, if you're going to do a dark side invasion of Earth, I want to see it worldwide. I want to see John Constantine in London repelling... I want to see Oliver Queen... I like those scenes. And you don't need to have those characters be a huge part of the movie or anything, but just to communicate the scope, you have that ability to do that if you keep the universes sort of connected.
Well, that's the thing I was talking about, like having miniseries events for TV shows. So where you bring in, like you have a multiverse, but the thing is you can get John Constantine, you can get, all these different... You could even throw the animated Batman in there for a second, right?
That would be weird.
But,
Shoot for him, Roger Rabbit.
They kind of done that with, not directly with Turtles Forever.
Yeah.
All the Turtle universes actually exist. I was like, that was kind of cool.
Right.
Yeah.
But, I think it's a good springboard because then you have, like Charlie said, you can have those scenes that they're not necessarily a big part of the overall story, but they pop in. So
I have a casting call wish.
What's that?
Even though I love Katie Lotz as Black Canary in the TV universe and think she's perfect for it, Catherine Winnick should be the DC Universe movie Black Canary.
I don't know who that is.
It's the Viking chick. She's a black belt. It's like fucking she's made for that role.
From the TV show? From the Vikings TV show?
Yeah, the main Viking lady in that show.
Okay.
And she's like an actual martial artist and everything. And
cool.
I was like, she is the Black Canary.
She looks the part.
Oh, she is the part. She literally is the Black Canary.
Yeah.
They have to cast her.
Another question?
Yeah, we got two more here. Got one from Lester. He says, it's not every day you see editor hype. A lot of hype for Karen Berger on her upcoming book, Surgeon X, which is an Image title. Karen Berger used to be the former editor of Vertigo.
Yay.
With that said, have any of you ever picked up a book because of an editor?
No, this might be a first.
The Karen Berger one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, not...
Well, actually...
You have those, like anthology, like those short story anthologies that always have, like, famous editors, but... I mean, I picked up Vertigo books because they're Vertigo, and it is because of Karen Berger that Vertigo is Vertigo.
So indirectly, I was going to say that because a lot of the mangas, even though it's one writer author that's doing all, they usually work with an editor.
Right.
And I'm pretty certain that indirectly, I probably love the same editor just without knowing it.
Sure.
I just didn't know, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I mean,
I'll check it out, but I mean, I'm not picking it up because her name's on it. But
yeah.
No.
I mean, yeah. Like I said, it's probably more.
I think Vertigo history has some stuff to do with this.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who love a producer of music that have no idea that all the bands they like have the same producer.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That happens a lot.
Right. And so I'm sure it's a very common thing. People just don't know it. A good editor and a good producer is almost kind of like you're not supposed to know.
Yeah, pretty much.
They are the background. Right? They are the ones that control it, but they're not the product. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you love the New 52, you love Dan Didio and Jim Lee, right? I mean, it's their vision.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? If you love the Rebirth, you love Jeff Johns. It's sort of his vision.
Yeah.
He's not the editor, but he's.
I already love Jeff Johns.
Architect behind it.
Yeah, and that's a pretty common thing. So
I think God would be a good term.
God. We got one last question here. This is from Cisco again. He all sorts of good questions this week. He says, how do you guys feel about DC's pricing on the Justice League and Suicide Squad crossover? $4.99 a pop for what seems to be a weekly event. Seems a little steep. Do you think DC has earned back enough goodwill to charge $5 for a weekly, $5 a week for their event book, or do you see pushback? So far,
is it going to at least have those harder cardstock covers?
Well, so far we only know this. Issues 1 and 2, which come out in December, are $4.99, and they are 40 pages.
That's fine.
Right. So it's a 6-week event, 6 issues, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
We don't actually know the price point or page count of issues 3 through 6.
Yeah.
So they could be $2.99 at 32 pages. We don't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they do at least to throw in the cardstock cover, so it's kind of a little fancier than your normal book.
So Civil War 2 has been $4.99 for the cardstock cover. I think it was $5.99 for issue 1, but I felt like it was a few extra pages.
Yeah,
it's
but
cardstock.
I kind of like it. If they charge $5, I kind of almost want the spine to be flat too.
Well, it's they're also with Civil War. It is again 40 pages, 28 pages of story content. So you're basically paying. 2 extra with Marvel, an extra $1 for 8 pages. If it's 6 issues at $5 a pop, that's a bit much. If the first 2 were kind of oversized to get it going, it's kind of like a 6-issue or an 8-issue miniseries, but there's only 6 published issues. I'd be okay with that if the rest are $2.99. If they're all $4.99,
I would have saved the second $4.99 for the last one though.
Sure. Well, but I mean,
what's the creative team on it?
It's Joshua Williamson from Flash, and I am blanking on who's writing it. But we have our previews right over there, Brock, if you want to grab the previews. It's on the very front cover. I can't remember who's drawing. Is it Jason Fabok drawing it? I can't remember. But it's a big book, and it's going to cross over... Yeah, it is Jason Fabok. Okay.
Pretty good memory there, Higgins. Pretty bad with everything else.
I love Jason Fabok. So it is crossing over with Justice League and Flash or Suicide Squad as well. So it's those 6 issues plus at least 4 issues of Justice League and Flash. So it's a
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. Sorry, I keep saying Flash because of Joshua Williamson. It's a meaty crossover.
Those are $2.99. The regular issues of Justice League.
Yeah. Those are just regular price.
I don't mind if it's $4.99 for heavy cover stock and 40-page count for 6 issues. It's $30 for the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean it's what the trade would probably be.
Yeah,
anyway,
so it's
hardcover.
It's fine. if it's not hard card stock, just regular $4.99, that's a little.
I don't want it all the time.
No,
if it's their bi-yearly or once a year event, like I didn't.
I'm just hoping it's good. The price tag doesn't really bother me based on what you're getting, but
people don't care what the price is if the product is good.
Yeah,
right. I think this is the thing with Civil War too. I've never complained about the price of it. I've complained about the crossovers. I've adding an extra issue at the very end with writer, artist, creative team, and content to be TBA. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I also find them stretching out Dark Knight. Did we talk about this? The Dark Knight 3 is getting another issue? Did we talk about this last week, or was this between last week and this week?
I don't recall.
No, we didn't talk about it.
Yeah, Dark Knight 3 is getting a 9th issue.
Oh, shit.
But you can't even put out the 8 you have.
What, 6 has been delayed?
6 is out October.
9 is going to come out before 8 does.
7's been straight up canceled at this point. They're going to resolicit it. So 9 won't even come out till like this time next year.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's so bad. Like, why would you add another issue? At that point, you're just...
Because they can sell another hardcover that way.
Because it's this $6...
No, what
comic.
it is, this is why there's 6 issues, because that picture that you're making on the spine of the hardcovers, they're like, oh, shit, we don't have enough space.
Yeah. So I think, again, if the content's good, the content's good. People will buy it. I
don't mind. Like $4.99 for an event book is fine.
Well, here's the thing. Has DC built up enough goodwill? Yes. They get one. They get one shot. If they fuck us, then it's over, right? I mean, am I wrong?
No.
They get one shot. Mm-hmm. So that's it.
Well, I mean, I think they've been doing good so far. I mean,
yeah.
We got the 2 parts of the Night of the Monstermen that came out last week, and then part 3 is out this week in Detective.
Oh, there won't be any delays. It'll all run smooth. I mean, DC has proven over the years. Obviously, there's things like Forever Evil that had some massive shipping problems. Obviously, I mean, Dark Knight 3 is on its own schedule. Like, that's whatever. Mm-hmm. But they've never missed a weekly ship book.
No, their weekly titles have been
weeklies and bi-weeklies have never missed a week.
Batman Eternal, Batman and Robin Eternal.
Yep. It comes down to Brightest Day, all the Justice League Generation Lost, and then 52 Trinity, Countdown, all that stuff. So the only delay they've had in Rebirth so far has been the one issue with Green Lantern, because they had to pulp the issue because of a misprinted cover. But then we had 2 issues in 2 weeks. It's on schedule. We just had 1 issue, had a 1 week delay. I mean, DC has been near flawless with the Rebirth. I mean, basically flawless with the Rebirth release. So I have no doubt that these books will come out timely and they will produce. But at $30 and 6 weeks, that is a bit much for people who are picking up 13 titles a week as part of Rebirth, plus Raven. Plus, at this point, we'll have all four of the Young Animal books out, because Doom Patrol was a huge hit, at least for us. So you're asking people, adding $5 on top to a 15 book.
Well, isn't Flintstones still going at that point, or is Flintstones...
and all that stuff's still going. All the Hanna-Barbera stuff's still going.
You're going to have Harley's still going to have her Little Black Book title.
No, that's over. That's
done.
Yeah, I think that's quarterly or whatever. Yeah, Harley Little Black Book is not a regular release.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, if it's if it's good, people won't care. If it sucks, people will care.
Yep.
If it's in the middle, then what did you give us with it?
And I mean, to be perfectly frank, I feel more sorry for Ryan, because if it sucks, issue sales on 2, 3, and 4.
They are suicidal if it's not returnable.
Yeah.
Or at least like 50% returnable.
Yeah.
If it's 50% returnable, I can order. I know exactly what I can order. If it's 100% returnable, then sure, whatever. If it's like not returnable, at that point, then I'm cutting close, because I can't adjust it, right?
Yeah.
So that's real tough. But they've done... All the Young Animal books have been returnable for the first few months, and all the Rebirth books have been...
6 weeks?
6 weeks. 6 issues, 6 weeks. So there's no reason to believe that...
So would you actually be able to adjust FOC on any of the issues before?
Yeah, on 5 and 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're basically, I believe the release schedule, I could look it up here, but I believe the release schedule is the week of Christmas, the week of New Year's, which is like, what an awesome week. Because usually comics don't put shit out those weeks. And then
the last weekend is always like,
there's nothing.
Why should I even go into a comic book store?
But
for this issue.
But this is why, right? And then the 4 weeks in January. So we can, I mean, we technically, we'd be able to adjust 4, 5, and 6. We could adjust for the week that 1 comes out. That's
well, and the thing is
issues.
I mean, if they made it all of it 50% returnable,
it'd be fine. I don't care if it's not 100% returnable. 50% returnable is more than enough
all of it.
For all of it, because I know exactly the numbers to order at that point. Because I could be like, well, I know I will sell 50 copies. Will I sell 100? Will I sell? Well, I know I can sell 75. Will I sell 150? I don't know.
The thing is this is 6 weeks, and that's going to include the 4 issues, the 2 Justice League and the 2 Suicide Squad.
Total,
so the thing is you could easily do a pre-sale on this event.
Well, actually, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be, it'll be 6 issues of Justice League. It'll be 3 issues of Justice League and 3 issues of Suicide Squad, and because it's the last 2 weeks of December, so it'll be Justice League and Suicide Squad will both ship in those last 2 weeks for 1 issue. So they could have the first issue of that month also be a prelude.
It's 2 or 3, depending on what they do.
Or 4, if the prelude issues are the issues prior.
Depending on what they do.
Yep. So I haven't looked at this solicitation, so I don't know.
10 to 14, basically.
Somewhere in that range.
But that's the thing is so when you have returnability on that, it's easy for you to like.
But we will on the main stuff. We could on the main stuff, but we won't on Squad and Justice League because those are done.
But the thing is to bump those orders, you're probably going to do. We'll probably do sets of the event.
Sure.
So
and it ships so fast too.
So and it ships so fast, so it's like boom, it's done. You only really have to wait a month.
Yeah. Because no one's waiting around Christmas. So, all right, that's it for this week. Unless we got anything else, I got nothing. Oh, hey, under the wire. Christopher has a great last question. Let's ask this. Let's end like literally. I saw it come in right as I was about to stop.
Good job, Christopher.
Around the table. This will be a great way to get us out of here. Around the table, name something you dislike or hate about the person to your right's favorite character.
Say something you don't like about the person to your right's favorite character.
Yeah.
Penance.
So, Toby, to your right is Brock. His favorite character.
He's got an ugly-ass costume.
Name something you dislike or hate about Geoforce.
No, which one?
All of them. All of Geoforce.
You're not allowed to comment. It's his
The one in the orange costume with blue.
Orange and brown?
Yeah. Ugly.
Ugh.
Charlie, what do you hate about Black Cat? What do you hate about
Dick?
Silk? What do you hate about Nightwing? Yeah, do you hate something about Nightwing?
I'm actually just too busy going... So, what's Toby's answer today? Is it Gambit? Is it Nightwing? Is it...
Well, if it's Gambit, there's lots to hate. If there's Gambit, there's lots to hate. So
there's not lots to hate about Gambit.
Okay, so what character am I picking from Toby?
Sorry, I'm not going to help you. It's up to you.
So I have to decide on your favorite character for you, too?
Yeah.
See, Brock is the easiest
yeah,
job. He already said Penance.
Like Cat, Penance, like pick one. Yeah. The fact that he's going to be a loser in any show he's in.
So I'm going to go with Gambit just because that's the easiest one for me. I don't like the red eyes.
What?
Give him most of
the red eyes are the best part. He's got the devil eyes.
Pink. I thought they were like
no, they're not.
Pink.
They're red. He's got
of all the stuff you could say about Gambit.
Yeah,
his eyes.
Yes.
The eyes are awesome.
I've never been a fan of the red eyes.
The eyes.
There's so much more to hate about Gambit than his eyes, though.
Eyes are awesome.
What a weird thing to say.
Over that armor thing.
I would have said that.
I've always been fine with that. I'm even fine with his horseman look. He didn't even have red eyes during the horseman look.
Oh, he was friggin' ugly in the horseman look.
Now I have the best one because it's Cable.
Oh, so you're getting 2 for 1. Oh, and Bryce.
Right?
Yeah, you're getting 2 for 1.
fuck Cable. Okay, fuck Cable. Just fuck Cable.
What's the? Is it the star on his eye?
It's just the worst of the '90s garbage X-Men. It's just the worst of the '90s garbage X-Men.
No, he's like the ultimate '90s X-Men.
I know. That's what I mean. The worst of the '90s X-Men.
It's just big and weirdly hairy.
Rob Liefeld roid rage.
And he got really tiny ankles.
Yeah, just so bad. He hangs around with like Wolfsbane. Like, who the hell wants to hang out with Wolfsbane? Christ.
He hangs out with Domino, damn it.
Domino's fine, I guess. But
Domino's awesome.
Wolfsbane. Like, what the hell? Cable. Like, get over your parents, dude. Like, you have such daddy issues. Like, just get over it. And for a dude that's been hunting Apocalypse for like 40 years, man, he really sucks at it, doesn't he? What a loser, that guy.
You're still getting 2 for 1 for
I
this.
know. I actually don't really hate Cable. I'm roasting Cable. That's what it is.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Bishop into it or Hope into it.
Oh, Bishop's a whole nother... Like, Bishop and Cable need to go have sex with each other or something like that. Because they're the same character. Like, this is a legitimate question. Who decided, we have Cable, let's just have a black Cable and then have their stories... make no sense with each other.
We're gonna call him Blable.
It's such a weird.
And like, one's gonna chase the other.
I never understood the whole Bishop Cable. Like your future messed up my future. Like, it's such a weird. But I feel like did they ever really resolve that? Like, they resolve it and then they unresolve it. Don't they? Like, they keep like Bishop keeps popping up and leaving and you fixed it. Oh, it's
Cable always saves some children.
Don't get me started on Hope.
No, for me, the best Cable was when he was trying to control the... Because, I mean, that's the thing. He couldn't just go back and annihilate Apocalypse. He had to kind of guide certain events.
Yeah.
And I really like that aspect of the character when he actually had a mission he was performing.
See, he kind of doesn't have a mission anymore, huh?
Yeah.
He hasn't had a mission in a while.
So we're just going to go back to, but it's Cable.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charlie.
But, Brock.
What
do you got for Speedball? Is there anything in the morning that needs to be said?
Really, a guy with speed and balls?
Yeah.
He loves a cat?
I mean, penance. You just say penance, and that's, you don't need to say anything else, right?
The thing is, it's torture for you.
I just cut... Speedball stopped existing after, like, 1999. Like, anything after that, it's just like, no, the character's just gone. Like, I don't even know.
I think the worst thing about Speedball is the blue and cheetah costume it looks like he has on half the time.
He's a weird costume.
It's like one half, like, okay...
It's a very complicated costume.
You're trying to be a superhero, but the rest of the half you're trying to be
an
I think
animal? His costume is worse than Geoforce, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Speedball's got a horrible costume. It's amazing.
And then the cat, it's like if he's holding the cat, are you sure the cat's even there? Because it like blends right the fuck in.
I love Niles. He bounces.
I have nothing against animals. I just have something against his costume.
His blonde hair, like, just...
he
always has the purpose.
He has Egon
perfect
hair.
Wisp.
Yeah, his pompadour. Him and Legion should get into a hair fight.
Yeah.
They should open a hair salon.
God, your favorite character should be Legion, so I can rip on that asshole character.
Hey, he's getting a whole TV show.
Yeah.
Can't be that bad.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, what a great question to end on. Just lots of hate, lots of anger, lots of hate. Okay, let's thank some people on Patreon. We don't hate them.
No, we don't.
Albert Soy, our good friend, has got an app on iTunes called Plant Everywhere. Make sure you check that out. Julian Titus has the Nerds Without Pants podcast. Actually, Julian, we owe you a box of comics. We've got some stuff coming for you. So
and no pants.
Keep an eye out for that in the next week or two.
I'm not shipping him pants.
Pixelbit.com.
We don't owe him any pants. We're not shipping any no pants.
Ryan Hess has Preach Podcast. It's the SoundCloud.com/Preach Podcast. He also has a friend that has a Kickstarter up right now called Cat Story. 6 days left, so this is your last chance to get in. He's still a bit of a way from his goal, but hopefully you can make that.
Did you see the Kickstarter for Rad Rodney? Rad something? Rad Stewart? Rod Stewart? No.
What are you saying?
Trying to just say Rod Stewart.
No, there's this...
Like a Rad Racer remake?
No, there's a Kickstarter up for a platformer, and it looks like one of those old McDonald's games where the kid is running around with this like little machine gun, not machine gun, like a water gun, and gets to shoot a bunch of shit. It looks kind of cool.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, he runs around with this like Clank backpack that's like a console that talks to him. It's like Bender, but in a backpack.
What the heck?
Yeah, and the game looks really good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Jody Lawson has Canon, the Triad Comics anthology at triadcomicstudio.com. Check those guys out there. Joshua Redding has Tangent Break. That's a podcast. Make sure you get that on iTunes. As well as Twilight of Ages and Dawn of Darkness on Amazon. A couple novels he wrote. Make sure you read those.
He's going to write a new novel about Ryan the DJ.
Whoa. John Nesmith, Drinking with Batman.
It's not going to be about a DJ saving his life.
It's going to be about vampire cock.
Whoa. Drinking with Batman.
Vampire Cock the Drinking with Batman. Great.
Podcast.
This is going
with John Nesmith at drinkingwithbatman.libsyn.com and Manoa plays Sam Shea and Talon Bray. I don't know why I say Talon. Talon Bray. I apparently can't read my own.
T-A-L-O-N?
It is.
Talon
Bray. I apparently can't read my own handwriting.
He's an owl.
He is. Ooh. That was well-timed for both of us. And if I didn't close all my shit, I would actually be able to read you our closing notes here. But
after 279 episodes, you don't remember what the outro is?
You do it then.
I only remember bad things about cable because I've been able to block out what I'm supposed to say at the end of the episode. It's just so much easier to read it. ComicConspiracyPodcast.com, Geekbox.net, and iTunes. Check out our episodes there. Rate and review us, please. Thank you. The Comic Conspiracy. Yes, at geekbox.net or contact forums where you can send us some emails. You can also hit us up on Twitter, send us some lovely tweets that we always like to read here on this podcast. Ryan Higgins Ryan, that's me. Brock Sager. Bryce Larson is Larson Bryce. I think he's going to be on next week. Toby is Toby XI. Charlie's Insanity and Chaos. The store is Comics Con Store. Patreon.com/Comic Conspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you can give us some money, get some. We have some occasional bonus content, as I like to say, including Bryce Briefly and our new, at least temporarily, our new bonus content, the Roundup. Toby and Charlie talk about movies and TV, not just comic movies.
We're actually kind of excited, already trying to come up with topics for the next one. It's a little scary. It might be a long episode.
Now you know See, you're in that first 4 episodes where you care.
Yeah.
And then you get to the next 200.
It's a good thing that you say for now.
And then you get to the next 275 of them where you stop caring.
Well, that's why a monthly would be a lot better than doing it weekly.
Digital.comicsconspiracy.biz. That's where you can go buy all your digital comics from us. Retweeted by the lovely Mr. Neil Gaiman today.
Oh, yeah.
There's a big, gigantic
sale going on.
A Vertigo sale that he retweeted. And I said, hey, in case you didn't know, if people buy books from a participating comic shop like mine on Comixology, we actually get a cut of the profits. And
so did the dude that was willing to unsubscribe to everything and subscribe to you, was he actually already your customer like that, or is he some Neil Gaiman dude?
No, some Neil Gaiman guy.
Really?
Right. Yeah,
that's nice of him to consider it.
Yeah, so Neil Gaiman retweeted me, and that's awesome. So that's always a cool thing. And I got at least one person who said that they want to start getting stuff through us because of that. And he did ask about subscribing.
Yeah.
So as far as, I wasn't sure, but Comixology did confirm it. So if you were currently subscribed through Comixology, not through our storefront, but just through the app or whatever, if you unsubscribe and then subscribe through us, that doesn't actually do anything. We don't get anything extra from that because you're already in the system. It's just kind of like a toggle.
Yeah.
If you originally subscribed through our storefront, though, we do still get the credit with every purchase. So if you make a sale...
Even if they unsubscribe and resubscribe from somewhere else?
Yeah. That's what he just said.
Yeah. I think if you unsubscribe through us and resubscribe through just regular Comixology, I assume we still would get the credit. I would assume the toggle works both ways.
Yeah, I'm having fun thinking about the fact that when somebody's locked into buying from you, they can never not buy from you.
Yeah, they're get mad at you, Ryan. They're I hate you. I'm going to unsubscribe and subscribe to Comixology.
But I would assume
and
it
you're
works.
Hey.
Right, I would assume it works the same way, that if you subscribe originally through us, and then you go to...
Well, I'm just assuming if they subscribe through you and then try to switch to another shop's account, they can't
would. They could switch, they could subscribe through the other store, but we would still get the credit, I think. So...
Comixology needs to work on this.
I feel like that's something that needs to be fixed, not just for us to have people subscribe to us.
I've always thought that they should have we should have the storefronts there, right? The store should have their own storefront URLs. But it should also be something like if you sign up and it's do you have a local comic shop that you support, and you just it's like you say, it's a button. You click on the button for your store, and that's the store you want to...
We should just be happy that they're giving us a cut.
Yeah, sure. It's an affiliate program.
That they're doing this.
Right, it's an affiliate program, so it's not like they're going to make it I mean, that's what Marvel was doing for a while. If you registered your comic and marked us, we got like 50 cents in credit every time a store did that, or a customer did that, but they stopped that years ago. Anyway, go there and buy some digital comics. And if you originally subscribe to a new title, then we get some credit. Or if you buy them just normal through us, we get lots of credit. So there you go.
So you'll have to unsubscribe and then just buy them through the store to get the credit.
That's a pain in the ass. Don't do that.
I'm just saying.
ConspiratorBrock.com, that's Brock's blog and video pull list. Check that out. Wanderers in the Fourth Dimension, that's Charlie's Doctor Who podcast. Etsy.com/shop/Leanne Hill Art, that is my lovely wife Leanne's Etsy store. She's back to school, back teaching kids hard, but she still has time to do commissions and sell you prints, so go there. Geekbox Comedy Button, Good Job Right Now Talk Podcast, and Manga Machinations. Heard Manga Machinations may have a guest soon. Another guest, maybe. Let's see.
You? Again?
I was already on. Not me.
Right.
The other guy that reads manga here that's not named Charlie.
Oh, nice.
Maybe Charlie would be on someday, too. Anyway.
It's a maybe. I haven't promised yet. Yeah. I will see if I can do it. I do want to, though.
Yeah.
I'm very intrigued.
Good guys over there.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. We're going to end this episode. Thank you, guys, and we'll catch you next week.